Hi guys, this is DinoSasha here, and welcome back to another review. Sorry for I didn't upload for the Tuesday, well I was here for right now. So welcome back to another review, and today we're going to take a look at the figure. It is the Safari Ltd 2013 Gastornis. Now, Gastornis, which name means Gaston's bird, also called as the Diatryma. Well, but specifically, it's a genus of a prehistoric bird that lives in the Paleogene and Eocene, which is around for millions of years and live in Germany. Now, particularly, the bird was estimated the large size. It was also about 2 meters, 6 feet 7 inches long. Now, for the bird, there's a consideration with their considerable animal resemblance. Now, Gastornis was a member of a terror bird family, but unlike most terror birds, it was fighting on a vegan diet, while in the Walking with Dinosaurs, since Gastornis was a predator, but in reality was now a vegetarian. Now, considerably, the Gastornis was the only bird specimen that thrives in the Germany jungles. Now, preferred to protect eggs from any natural predators, but considerably, Gastornis was not part of the birds of prey, but instead part of the members of the Antiformis, which means members of the waterfowl. Now, since it's related to ducks, and especially geese, but they're closest relative to a Brontoornis, which is a particular bird. Now, there are species of calls called Paracesis, Gigantea, Saracini, Gessiensis, Rossley, Xegenensis, and Larry. Now, they're called Diatryma because of their old times. Now, let's talk about the sculpt on this particular bird. Now, this figure was a really nice on my particular times. Now, you mentioned I've made Dinosaur World Creature Spot, the Gastornis, which is very concerned that I made it for more violent ways. You know, I basically like the bird, but I have the Safari Limited ones for once time. However, I just generally like the bird, how the design looks. Now, I generally how the looks have there, it was all details. Now, the details, well, I think about it. So, the pose is like a walkie pose, and a head towards down, but eventually I do like how the details were presented. Well, I like the details the most because how their good was. Now, the color scheme, I think the color scheme was more a concern of a bird. Now, I've talked about recently, I wanted to do a predictions where if the Safari wouldn't be released on the Nova Gastornis. But recently, in 2018, the Gastornis figure was now retired once again. But luckily, I have one for this. I have considered it has blackish, grayish body feathers with wings in it, and a beige, foot. Its resemblance like dinosaurs. Now, ahead, it is blue, the eyelids are red, the eyes are still blue, but I still like how the yellow beak with his pink mouth. You know, and it's called an avian dinosaur. This means that considers relatives to what birds look like. Now, talk about birds, let's talk about the accuracy. This is a really cool, accurate bird, and it's also concerned related to waterfowls, and especially one of them is the game birds. Now, considerably, this is how the relatives were related to chickens and ducks. So, specifically, I just like the birds, how the design was. So, we're gonna bring up a rule, so let's get this a measure. So, in terms for the length or tip of the head, all this tip of the tail, we're looking at about approximately, 3.5 inches, which is only at about mostly 8.5 centimeters, and the height, which is on top of the head, we're looking at about approximately 2.25 inches, which is only at about, well, specifically 6.5 centimeters. Now, for comparison, I'm gonna bring some non-prehistoric birds in my collection. Here's some of one of my 6 birds that I have collected, which is non-prehistoric, which is avian dinosaurs. Here's my 2005 green-cheeked Amazon parrot. Now, considerably, this parrot looks a bit smaller than a Gastornis. Apparently, this bird is virtually herbivorous. Now, for another comparison, here is the Raven from 2014 from Safari Ltd. Now,
The Gastornis was released in 2013, but Raven released in 2014, which is much longer than 2014. Now, I definitely like the bird because of their design. It was retired in this year, but until I like the Raven most. And here's my Schleich 2015 macaw, or scarlet macaw if you want to refer it. This is a typical large parrot who is comparably the size of it, but the wingspan is double it with it. You know, I mean the wingspan was doubles the size of body. Here's my 2016 one of the birds, the Papo Greater Flamingo, which is of a typical bird, which is pink, and the shoebale from Collecte, the most famous meme bird. I think I like how designed birds are. And here is the 2017 bald eagle, the true bird of prey, who is resided for the next future. Now, for the rating, and I'll give it 9 out of 10, which is a really nice bird in my opinion. Most people have reviewed this figure for once because they have no longer had it with it, until eventually it was retired, the figure. One of my predictions revealed the new Gastornis with new design, blue collared schemes, but I still like how bird with prehistoric looks we're looking for. Now, apparently, I'm a big fan of dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures, but I'm a big fan of modern ones. So, I'm gonna bring up the entire bird in my collection. So, I'm gonna bring up some smaller ones, and some major ones, and some of the parrots in my collection, and bring up the largest one of them all. Apparently, the birds are indeed a true avian dinosaurs. I know, you know, most of the birds are called the avian dinosaurs because they're called living, breathing dinosaurs. Because of their design to their creation, especially one of the most dominant creatures to live the earth for once. And eventually, this is another review, but the next review will be on the Ceratosaurus, the true predator of the Jurassic. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications so you'll never miss a video. And leave a comment below. But I'll see you for another review about the Safari Ltd 2012 Ceratosaurus. Goodbye, everyone, and see you all next time.